Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Drop in the comment section where you are joining from. Welcome to Career Intensive. This is an uncensored masterclass for mid level employees in Nigeria and across Africa. And we are here to demystify a lot. Employees are really going through a lot. And I think it's high time this new year and at this season to actually talk about it and how we are going to navigate this, not based on emotion, but the right strategies, the right structures that is going to help you maximize your stay in the workplace and, of course, transit to your divine assignment as it should be. So, after this session, you are not going to worry again about being frustrated at work and worry again about being underpaid. You are going to find out the reason and of course many other things that employees uh, go through. So it's a conversation. So that's why in the comment section I will actually be looking out. Oh, yes, we are ready. We are ready. I can see that we are ready. We are ready. Yes. Put some fire emoji in the comments. Drop your love emojis or celebration because we are live. And invite someone who you know that is in the inner circle and let them know that we have started. Whether you're watching from YouTube channel or you're watching from LinkedIn, tell them that it is time. All right? Yes, my name is Mrs. Chiamaka Veshima. Welcome to my channel. I am the facilitator of this conversation and, of course, the founder of the fast growing premium platform, the Confident Global Champions. And yes, we are building workplace confidence, hence the need for this uncensored conversation. So while you are joining, let us know where you're joining from. Give us fire emoji in the comments and let us know your questions because I totally know that you have a lot of, I know you have a lot of questions, and I am here to answer all of them. Okay, so do not be afraid. It's going to be a wrap to see your comments, and of course, in the next 45 to 50 minutes as well time. If you're ready for those comments as well, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Of the day time. Just we have a lot to ask you. Like I said, I've already made an introduction, but during the course of this presentation, you are going to know more about me and what we are doing and how it is going to help you build yours in whatever. If you can hear me, I'm trying to find. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. I can see. I see the comments. Okay, yes, this is an uncensored conversation for all employees, including employers that have been making the workplace a toxic if you can hear me. Sorry about the network glitches here and there. Yes, yes, I can see you. I can see you. So, welcome once again. We are moving into the business of the day, and this is career intensive. If you're just joining us, feel free to follow up with what we are doing. Okay, so what is it about myself? I'm a first class graduate. We were always told that when you graduate, companies will rush you, but company never did. So 9 months I was jobless, moving from one location to another, and then even when I eventually got one job, it was the beginning of an incredible journey of being misused and abused in the workplace. It was really a terrible experience, and being the fact that I was raised to be on my own and starting workplace journey in 2017 is something that it's a whole lot that it took time for me to draw these lessons and how it can actually help you. So I broke free from this, hence the reason I'm building, not me, but as God helps me, is the vision we are building confident global champions. And for the past 3 years we started, we've helped over 8 organizations in US, in Abuja, Lagos, Nigeria, Benue, and southeastern Nigeria as well, increase their revenue between the places of 30 to 40%. And also, this is our fourth year. And in this fourth year, we've registered over 2,000 persons directly and indirectly, teaching them the attributes of networking with people, building confidence from a place of that. We even went more into skill acquisition because we saw lapses, questions were really coming so high, and we had to go deep into that. And as well, in the last 12 months, it was really strong that employees were asking a lot of questions. And I think it's high time we have the conversation. Hence, we helped 36, over 36 persons. uh, Entry level, mid level career professionals, including executives in the business area, to navigate workplace challenge. Because trust me, you as an employee is not the only one having a workplace issue. Even the employers, business owners are also. So we have life transforming testimonies, and we've realized that 80 to 90% of people will lose their jobs, not because of AI, but because they don't know what I'm about to share with you today. And I hope that you are with your pen and paper, you are excited to be part of this conversation. Remember that the comment section is open for you to let us know what your thoughts are. Of course, it's a conversation, so we are going to make it as conversational as possible. So today we are going to help you navigate yours, being part of a story whereby, in an average Nigerian society, we were told to be on our own, don't talk to any man as a girl, cover yourself. There are a lot of things that when we now grew as an adult, which was meant to be a refined skill to help us in the workplace, we shy away from that, and we misplace timidity for humility. And it has really cost us a lot in our mental health. It has cost us a lot in our ability to deploy our purpose, and even cost us a lot in the area of having clarity of what we should be doing at a time. Okay, so you are welcome. You are in the right place. And I think it's the high time we talk about this conversation. Okay, so moving on, this is what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn why you are frustrated at work. It's not just necessarily your boss. You are going to learn how to navigate toxic workplaces without losing yourself, the mindset that is keeping you stuck in unfulfilling work, and a framework to get promotion faster, make more money without complaining to your employer. And of course, right here, there is no question is childish, no question is stupid. You are open to ask any question. No question is even so advanced. So we are learning on the journey, and we believe in progress over perfection. So it's open for question and answers. And of course, that is why the comment section is there for us. I mean, we are going to show out every single thing. Okay, I can see my people. Incredible. So Moving on. Yes. Now, one of the basic things that happen in the workplace are these myths. First, I told you about my story of being a lady that was told to mind her business. Even when I am an extrovert, I couldn't be able to deploy that because a habit from the home has been built that I should be on my own. And so, one of the things that society used to paint, especially when you break out of the doors, you want to build something incredible, you want to do something different out of your life, even when they do not even understand. One of the things they tell you to make you feel successful in the eyes of the society is to go get a real job. Let me know if they have ever told you to go get a real job. So even if you are, there was a particular time when I actually started. My mom used to call me. Is this what you are going to do with your life? I don't understand what you are doing. But when the results started coming, some of those words started changing. Why? Because there is a place of patience and persistence in the realm of deploying purpose. All right. So go get a real job is one of the problems, one of the myths they have invested in your mind. So the average person who goes to school and graduates, the next they want to do is to go and get a job without even identifying. And I'm going to let you know that first, the pressure is the society is telling you get serious with your life. So anybody that doesn't have a job or is not working for an employer or not in a company well seated in a high cushion share and all of that, they are seeing the person as very irreasonable. The person doesn't know what he's doing. The person is not serious with their life. And because of that, you are very timid to even ask for help. You are afraid of what people are going to say, even when you know something is burning in your heart to actually start. So you become a people pleaser. Before you even start your business, you're now like, what is my mom going to say? What is my pastor going to say? What is my this going to say? And you see, where we are coming from, most of our parents want us to live their unlived lives. Some of them are even regretting that they were not able to, at a stage where they are in their life, they now realize what they should be doing. Fostering energy in bringing it up so that we can support them, they now force us in one way or the other to actually start living their unlived lives. So this is the result of going to go and get a real job. And that's why, even when you went to school, some of the courses you studied was not because of the purpose you identified. It was because of your parents' recommendation. Now, as a Nigerian or as an African, if you look at the courses based on where, because I've been in the education space since 2017, and I can tell you that most of the curriculum in education does not align with African values. And that's why some courses sound so amazing, like astronomy. I want to be international relations and all of that. It sounds so nice, but how is it important to what you are called to do? How is it relevant to the place or the location where you are sent to do the assignment? Because every value must not just be important, but also useful. So if it is not useful, it's useless. No matter the kind of value you have, if it doesn't make sense if it doesn't make sense to other people or people do not find it valuable, you're wasting your time. So it is very, very important we understand that this myth is one of the things that kept us caged in the workplace, trying to make ourselves feel like we belong here when we don't. And that's why we force ourselves to stay in jobs that we hate. Even when we hate it, I'm getting small money from it. They are just paying me. Let me just pay bills. Because that you are trying to give yourself a sense of validation that the world is seeing that you are serious with your life. And that is going to change today. Right? Now, that's why you need to understand the power of definition. Now, most of us, we went to school without identifying who we are. Because the way God designed this world is the fact that from whom you are meant to know the basic things that gears you into towards the school you should be going to. Most of the schools we went to is because that the society has made it like go to school. Now, what is the essence of going to school? Is to refine that which you have identified. And that is why education is personal, school is general. Education is a person, school is a place. And it is meant to be that your vocation will determine your location, not your location determining your vocation. So, most of the times, we don't define what we want for our life before going to school. And then that is why when we go to school, we shape what we have not identified. That's why when they ask you, come for clarity, start with clarity. You don't really understand it because never in your life were you able to start life from a place of definition. Never in your life were you able to start your life based on clarity because you just want, let's just be going. We'll just be doing it. Let's just be going. And that's not how life works. In the beginning, which is from Genesis chapter 1, God did not just start going. He saw darkness. He saw that everywhere was filled with darkness and he began creation. He saw a problem and there was a reason to it. And everything he created, he named it, he gave it its purpose. That was where it started. Yes, as a career professional, what do you think work is? Now, I've been able to do a study about this on my process of healing. I was able to go through this process. And then I found out that a job is a piece of work. Work is the essence of life. Because even when God created Adam, he first of all gave him his work before he gave him a wife. So you need to is first of all your work. What is your work? I know that a lot of people have CVs going into interviews just to get a job for the purpose of making money. When you look at their CVs, first thing you see there is their career profile. When they read that career profile does not really make sense to them. Why? Because they did not start from a place of definition. They did not define what work means to them really. They just found a template and they are using it to mesmerize because the society said so. And then when they walk into the interviews, they don't really know what to say. Then they now ask you, tell us about yourself. You're murmuring. You're not able to say anything. Why? Because you copied it, it's not even yours. You are playing another person's script instead of yours because you have not tried the things for what they are and what it means to you, because that will determine the location or the organization you should be applying for. So, what does work mean to you? So, whenever you get a job, which is a piece of work, you are going to earn a piece, not a living. It is in your work that you earn a living. So, what is your work? Your work is not your job, but your job is part of your work. It's very critical we really understand this because we don't know the difference. And so, what's really the difference in all of this? When you go to a job, right, it only demands when you focus on the job, what is going to happen is that it's going to demand the figures of authority in that place or your superiors to always give you an instruction to perform a certain task. Your creativity is not even demanded. Whatever you are saying does that is not work, right? Because you are subjected to an instruction. You can't even move. And every time, even when you are given the place now, okay, go ahead, create a concept, bring out with saying, you see, people lack the confidence to do that because we have been nurtured to always follow a certain instruction that makes us look like zombies. That's not the essence of work. Is an expression of purpose. Work is an expression of creativity because God defined himself, who has made us in his own image. We are like him. And first of all, what he defined himself as that we should identify ourselves with is creativity. And anything that does not help you to apply your creativity is not work. So when a job description, you are confined by a job description, not because you are going there in an organization that helps you to practice on the assignment you have identified, then you are going to be stuck in no distant time, right? I don't know if that is making any sense to you. So, who are you? What work express your true potential? For some of us, I'm an extrovert. I'm very dramatic. I can sing. But one of the things that happened is that I had the opportunity to go for Project Fame, Nigerian Idol. But you know, one of the advices my parents gave me that the moment I go for those things, I'll forget about going to school. That the moment I go for those things, I'll start making money, I'll start doing film, and forget the important things of life. The question I asked them is, what are the important things of life? And nobody gave me the answer. And you see that most of us, even before we now identify, we have gotten into 40 years of age before we are even knowing things for ourselves, before knowing who we are. We don't take time to do our personal study. Why? Because it is the most difficult thing to do is not to study outside. It is always to study within. It is the most difficult thing. That's why people are busy but not productive. They are going to work every day. They are making money, but you have nothing to show for it. It is incredible what we do, but we have to take this conversation very serious. So when you go to your CV again, is that CV playing a character or is that you? When you walk into interviews, is it because of what you watched online they said you should say? Or is it because you are expressing what you are able to do that will help you build your skills to deliver on your assignment God has given you? Do you even know what your assignment is? This is the time. This is the time. I hope I'm making sense. Yes. So the second thing that is holding you back and getting you frustrated in the workplace is the fact that people have told you that stay loyal with your employer. Stay with him, he will get you promoted. They are giving you promises. See, one of the things I found out is that all these things that most employers do, they tell you when you stay long enough, you will do this, you will do that. Most of them do that out of their selfish reason. And I'm going to tell you why. Most of them, just like we are starting as employees, right? Most of them actually started building companies to make money, not to build on their divine assignment. And anything that you are building based on just making money will never develop the people. It is never going to be about accompanying people to be able to live their dreams. Because if you can do it on your own, you shouldn't build a company. You should just have a business in the market where you're just doing it on your own. But if you decide that you want to build an organization, you Yes, if you decide that you want to go and build a company, if you decide that tomorrow you are going to start a business and you want to build something that is going on the global space, you need to be able to understand that business is just about transaction. Company, it's about people. People who come at the expense of a vision to make it work. And they are built as a team to actually bring in their potentials, to bring in their expertise, to bring in their creativity, to bring in their concepts, to bring out their powers to actually make that thing achievable. And you know how you know a company you should be working with is the fact that you even know the vision for your life. But an average Nigerian that have a company today and why businesses don't last is the fact that most people do not start with vision. When you check your Bible, you are able to see that for everyone that walked with God, walked with vision. I don't know if I'm making sense. So the result of this is that you even misinterpret loyalty as complacency and timidity. And so you stayed, you waited, and keep hoping. And you are diminishing, you are depreciating. You are not even engaging personal development. There is nothing happening. You are obeying instruction year in, year out for the period of 5 years, a decade, and even more. You are still there. No growth. Even your next opportunity that is even waiting for the preparation you have done in the present one will meet you unprepared. And you are asking yourself, you have been wasting your time in this particular workplace. What really is the question you should be asking now? What really am I even staying here for? Why am I staying here? What is the why that you are staying? If it is because of your employer, you make the wrong choice. But if it is because of the vision that you have, and you know that the particular workplace is going to help you, your approach towards that workplace will be totally different and it will impact every other person around you. So because of this, you are just streamlined to, okay, let me obey my employer. That's why there is eye service in the workplace. So people are waiting for their boss to come in before they modify themselves into doing what they are meant to do. That's what you see. And because they are entitled to at the end of the month that they will give them salary and everything. See, I'm going to tell you, the workplace dynamics, even to employers, are changing now. Most employers are employing based on internship, not the regular, job search, right? And most of them have understood that employees are becoming lazy because they have a guarantee of end of the year salary. So what they do is they give you allowance, transport allowance, and then pay you based on performance. It's just to help you sit up because a lot of employees are becoming lazy, entitled because of this. And so you need to understand that it is your work. It is your work that makes you see if you decide that you don't want to do anything, right? And money is there. You can't, the way life works is that in the next 5 years, you will be like you are useless. You feel useless for your life. And never you feel that people are using you. It is good for people to use you. What is the problem is that people are being misused and abused. Why? Because there is a misunderstanding about the alignment of vision of the both parties involved in the workplace. So even the employer that doesn't have a vision, you don't even have a vision for your life. So you are just geared towards, okay, let's negotiate amount of money. And you know what you're going to negotiate is based on your level of knowledge, your expertise. For instance, if you're coming from a village setting, that the highest of the amount that is being paid from where you are coming from is 30,000 naira, for instance. If someone is even giving you 80,000, you will be excited. You won't even want to negotiate it. Why? The problem is not the employer. You are the problem. Why? You are not taking that particular thing to develop yourself. So the result of this kind of loyalty that you sent and keep hoping for no just cause and no tangible reason is that is where you begin to build toxicity. Because even yourself, you become a burden to people around you. You are working and you are still begging urgent 2K to people around you. Why? You are being loyal. Instead of you saying that you are being loyal, because loyalty has to do with the fact that you have a lot of options, but you chose to do this. Complacency is that you follow instructions even when you have options. So don't misinterpret the two. So when the employer now notices that you have no choice, that's where they begin to take advantage of that. And that's how life is. So don't put yourself in a position where you are going to be abused. The problem is not the other person. The thing is that you're not aware and you're not taking responsibility of your own part to play. Because when you know your worth, when you know what you are called to do, you can sustain any aspect of resistance per time because you are in alignment. But when you lack that alignment, you see everything like, okay, that's how life is. Let's just be going. And one day you begin to doubt yourself, this thing I'm even doing, where is it going to lead me to? And you don't want to see yourself at that point, right? So I'm trying to be able to do that. So workplace culture analysis 2018 to 2020 shows that Nigerian employers exploit this loyalty narrative to avoid raising the bar, to avoid paying you even more. Hence, create a space where conformity becomes employees' mandate. So you conform to instruction because you are hoping to get a raise. And if you're an employer here or you intend to be an employer, let me explain something to you. Once an employer was an employee. Do you know why I tell you that? Because everybody in life, whether you agree or not, whether you like it or not, just like if you don't intentionally plant your seeds, weeds will grow. And how unlimited life is, it is the same thing that happens in the workplace. That if you don't intentionally build on your attributes, your mindset as an employee, you will repeat the same pattern you are blaming your employer for when you become one. Because every job you are doing now is a piece of your work, not the work itself, not the whole essence of the work. So at that season where you are doing that piece of work, why are you doing it? It's for the essence of delivering on your assignment. When your mindset is focused on that, you will see that you will not create a toxic place or encourage toxicity. Because a lot of people have a lot of baggages where they are coming from. So they transfer that burden to the workplace. So you want to be in a place whereby you understand that, because that was one of the things I did to my boss. When I came into consciousness, that it was never my problem because he was using condescending words, saying a lot of things. Whenever I ask a question, he doesn't give a response. Instead of letting me know, okay, let's figure it out. He doesn't agree to the fact that this thing, I don't know it, let's figure it out together. Or create an environment where we know that there is growth. What he would do is, get out from here. Don't you have sense? You will not know how to do this and do that. I'm like, I'm expecting that you should know it. If you don't, let's figure it out together. If you don't, why? You don't have to sound like that. So it is very, very critical we actually pay attention to all of these things. And then the trap is now, at least I'm earning something. Every day you are like this. You are thinking about your life. Your parents is sick in the village. The other one is doing this. And always be calculating based on circumstances instead of your vision. So you are always looking at where you are coming from. that you cannot even see where you are going. And that is why Matthew 5 verse 16 says, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds. See, let me tell you, it doesn't have to be your employer. As a matter of fact, your employer is just one of your clients. The moment you begin to see your employer as a client, your approach towards him or towards the workplace will automatically change. So you are not going to be dependent on your employer to feed yourself. You are going to understand that you are an entrepreneur made to create solutions. So it is not limited to the place of work where you are now, because you are the one creating the limitations that was never there. And that is why when you begin to create that environment, when you begin to create solutions, you will see that other people, the way you approach customers, because in school to Harvard University, right? Those Harvard people, Harvard Business School, they study the workplace where the actual business is going on to give you the theories that you learn. Most of us, this business administration, but when they come into business, they are not open to learn. They are not even willing to stay to even learn the thing. Why? Their focus is on money. Their focus is on trivial things. And that's not how life works. And so when you purify yourself and see the workplace as a business environment where you practically learn how business works, because tomorrow you are going to build something. And the workplace is a template for you. That is why even before you apply for an interview, you should be very intentional to where you're submitting your CV, because it determines on what you are going to build for the next opportunity. And that is where, before you know it, you are beginning to build yourself. And nation will come to your light. You will no longer call nations. You don't call nations. That's not our duty. It is the nation that come to your light. Kings begin to come because they are seeing the brightness of your development. They are seeing the value you are bringing. It is not you confronting your boss, and you are paying me this. You told me in an interview, you're going to do this one, you're going to do. You are confronting them, you're not even negotiating. Because you negotiate when there is value, you confront when there is problem. So don't be a burden bearer. You have to be a value creator. You have to be a wealth creator. All right? I hope this is making a lot of sense to us. So I just want to rush the whole lot of things. So what's the solution around this thing? You have to set boundaries, right? And the best way to send this is what I normally do when you have a personal clarity session with me. We are able to pieces each and every, right? We're able to pieces where you are, what went wrong, what is really happening at the moment, and where you can start from. Because you can't actually start setting boundaries out of emotion. You need to set boundaries, set a routine, and know what to do part time because of the vision you have seen. That is why the Bible will ask, what seest thou? So you see, if you don't do that, what will happen is when you always say yes to every work, you will get overworked for no just cause. So you have no reason to even get overworked. You have no option, but you are working. And then when the stress is becoming much, you begin to lie. You are not meant to lie, but you begin to lie that you are sick just for you to escape work. You can even want to go and develop yourself, but you cannot proudly tell your employer, please, I have a professional exam that I want to take for the purpose of this. You are even afraid to even communicate that. It becomes a problem. So it's very, very critical you understand that you are a wealth creator because God has given you the power to create wealth. You are the solution, not someone else. And it's high time people of God, the kingdom billionaires and confident global champions begin to take responsibilities. So you are not an employee that you are subjected to a particular instruction to come and do one or two things. No, that's just a piece of the work. You have not done the bulk of the work yet. It's just a piece. So what you are earning there is you are earning to get trained for the higher thing that God is going to entrust on you to work for kingdom advancement. So don't stereotype yourself to a place of work. You are doing that. As I'm working with different organizations, and like you saw in my introduction, I've worked with different organizations. But that does not stop me from being confident global champions. Right. So when people say I'm starting, you will see the mindset of starting their side business is also what? To make money, to pay bills. And we're going to address that in other meets, right? So there are a lot, there are up to 10 meets, but I believe that I'm going to share up to 5 before we end today. And of course, it's going to be a I can see our comment. Yes, loyalty isn't complacency, right? All right. The next myth is that talking about money is greed. So a lot of us, see, one question I want to ask us is this. This is one question I want to ask us now. How many of us, because anytime we want to talk about money, we are feels like, you are too worldly, you are too this, you are too that. We are always about the money. So this is where the problem is coming from. How many of us of authority talk about money without arguing? Like they were not talking about money as something to expand. We are talking about business. They're always seeing them arguing. Give me change. There is no money for food. We are doing this one. So you even talk about money even before you got to the workplace. Even in schools, they don't give you money directly. They don't even tell you what you should do with the money. Sometimes they just, okay, buy, so you are going. So anytime you get money, it is that particular business and buy. You don't even know what to spend money on. You don't even know. That's why it's difficult to invest this, even in knowledge that will help you multiply it. So you talking about money, you have that fear of talking about money because of this. These are the bad money habits that have cost us our personal brand. It has cost us our respect. It has cost us our underpayment. Because now you don't want to sound greedy and you are playing it safe. Life was never designed for you to play it safe. It was never designed. And that is why when you own up to the fact that you are called to build something, one of the things that is going to happen is what we call the law of resistance. What that law, the duty of that law is to be able to question if you are really ready to be able to establish that which you want to do. And that was why during the Pharaoh and Moses period, it was the same God that asked Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. It was the same God that put it in the heart of Pharaoh, that hardened the heart of Pharaoh. That is the law of resistance. All these things are yours. And if you study your Bible so well, you will survive. So how many of us? You want to think about that? How many of us did that? Right? It's very critical we begin to pay attention to them. Okay? So I've been able to share a few things, and I would want to get some feedback. Give me give me some feedback to be able to ascertain the fact that we are making progress here. Give me a is someone here with me? Give me a feedback. What have you gotten so far? I'm checking the comment section. Yes, I saw Isioma. I will create wealth. I saw my husband. Yes, 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 yes. Are we there? Let me know in the comment section. Okay. Yes, let me know in the comment section what you have gotten so far. I want to read them out. I want to read them out. Let me see what you're learning in the comments. Let me see what you are learning in the comments. So we repeat those patterns. You will see that we have poor financial management. We'll make money and spend it. We'll finish our salary on credit. So anytime you don't even budget before the money comes, what will happen is that you will spend it and never get to know what you did with the money. Hence, you are working, it looks like you're not making progress. So it's critically important we understand all of these things. And that also affects your communication skills. You are very poor with communication understanding about what relating with people is about bringing two by two. And yet, one will just two will put 10,000 to flight. It is in your body. It kills your ability to create and collaborate, which is the core essence of life. Let us at work. So you're always on your laptop, you're always on your phone. Even when they are talking to you, your attention span is being lost. You can't control your attention span because you are with a device more than the people involved in the company working with you. So you don't connect with customers, you don't connect with your teams because you are busy. You are busy on your own, stay on your own, mind your business. So organizations exist because of people, not money. So business is about services at different level, but we were taught to stay silent and isolated. And that is not the best place to be. And that's why. And that's why you see one of my clients, he reached out 3 years ago. We had an accountability, and just in 2025, he was able to accomplish a lot. We went into deep down clarity session. We had late nights. We were able to deal with a lot of things because his discipline couldn't hold him anymore. And I had to hold him accountable. And he was able to earn more money, earn more awards, and was able to grow his musical career. You know what I found out? Transformation doesn't happen until the recipient decides. Until you decide, nothing will change. So if you want to multiply the effect, if you want to stop chasing 1,000 and begin to create, to collaborate, it's time to learn how to connect with people. It will help you to know how to confidently express yourself. That's why in CGC we teach these things. We teach these things in Confident Global Champions, teaching you both in a basic and advanced level how you can be able to network. All right? Even if you don't want to be part of the community, for instance, you can actually get the courses and begin your journey. So right on your screen, you are seeing them there. You need to understand the power of association because there are two critical decisions you are going to make in life. One is the decision of purpose. Second is the decision of partnership. If you identify your purpose and you make the wrong choice of partners, maybe in the company or even your life partner, you will not be able to accomplish your purpose. So it's very critical who you relate with, who you stay around with, who is giving you advice, who you listen more to. What you allow to feed you in your life is very critical. That will affect the way you even go to the workplace. Because everybody saying new year, new me. Before you go there, you are challenging people that you are meant to be learning from. And before you know it, you have already scared all your destiny helpers away. And then you are alone. That has to stop in 2026 and beyond. So these are some of the clients that we are able to work with. You see Oluwafemi, when he joined, he started with me in 2019, and he started paying attention to the teaching in 2024. See how long it took him. And in his place of work, they no longer want him to leave anymore because he improved his value. We worked. During the networking advanced level, some people started closing deals, even while they are working with people on their own. They created courses, they started building their businesses. It's crazy. It's crazy what we do in Confident Global Champions. You have no idea. So what is your role? It's time to connect. Your ignorance of self will make you live other people's life. Limiting beliefs from homeschool religion have done a lot. It's time you let your vocation determine your location. Some people even think that it is when they japa they will make it. My dear, we are in a world whereby people think that you are at that position to make it when you are in a certain location. Let me tell you, if you are in the right position but you are not working in that position, you will not benefit from that location. And if you go to a location without identifying your vocation, you will play it safe, you will play less, and you come back with regret because there is no fulfillment, something outside your purpose. So let your vocation determine your location. Let it be that this is the assignment that is leading me in those cities. That is what happened to Abraham. That is what happened to Isaac. That is what happened to Jacob. That's why you are hearing their name, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They worked with vision. They went in for the assignment. They did not go to that place before the assignment. They left. It's time to connect. Right? It's time to connect. I don't know if I'm getting a feedback from other people. So you have seen the 5 myths that we are able to talk about. So the question is, do you go from here? Where? Where exactly do you go from here? Is the question you want to ask. So I want to get a feedback, right? So this is your opportunity to join the Confident Global Champion because it's no longer new year, new me. It is new mind, new life. You don't have to navigate this alone. You need to work with guidance and accountability. What you are going to get is 3 months intensive training first, and a bonus of a clarity session with the founder that is more than $100 per hour. It's something that if you're not part of it, you won't even understand where you're going to come from. You see those people that we are able to work with, and even more, right? So you're going to learn how to get more fulfilling jobs. We will help you be able to put your CV not based on the templates, but to be able to build a CV in your value bank, not in a paper. Because I made a first class does not mean that if I lose my first class certificate, does not make me less of a first class woman. Because the first class is in a person, it's not in paper. So I'm not tied to the paper because something can happen to my home, something can burn it, it can tear, a lot of things can happen to it, but that does not make me less of myself. So here you also know yourself better. You know your identity, purpose, and strength. You know how to sell, negotiate salary and promotion. You sell your value and sign your paycheck. You navigate workplace challenges with confidence. And you are able to network with fellow career professionals in this space. And you can never tell who will be your next client that will give you the next big deal. So you want to be part of the um, community. The total worth of the community is 250,000, and that is $167. But if you are making a deposit today to be part of us, right, you'll be paying $35. Is a discounted price. This is for career professionals we want to help from this new year, right? Trust me, your job has made you frustrated. It is time to invest in the right things that will help you get fulfilling consistently and succeed daily in whatever you do. It doesn't matter the organization you are working for. You're not tied to a particular position. You're not tied to a particular place. You are here to deploy your purpose, and you need to start from a sense of clarity, with a sense of community, building your value bank, building the person that you are meant to become. Because if not, you are going to repeat what you are blaming your employer to do today. And I believe totally in you that whenever your identity change and you own up to it, every of your results will match up with that identity. So the account details in front of your screen, and after you make payments, these are the details. If you still need help, we have our admin in our WhatsApp group. You can communicate. We are open actually for your questions. That will be what we'll be rolling it today. We'll continue the conversation in the inner spaces, but this is your opportunity to be part of what we are doing. All right. So we are open for your questions. Okay, this was when we went to the first picture was when we're educating EdTech company in Lagos. They were having issues of people who know how to navigate the tech space, but they don't know how to transfer the knowledge. So they had to call us to consult for them, and we're able to do that. The testimonies from there is incredible. Then in Abuja, we had the opportunity with one of our partners to teach real estate organization how to sell in the market. So it doesn't matter where I'm working, it doesn't stop from you see that the beauty of work is that you are living your dreams, and you too can. And this is the time for you to be a confident global champion, that your value will be recognized globally. It doesn't matter where you are born, because we are all born male and female. Nobody was born poor, nobody was born rich. We all learned it. So you see Elizabeth, because when she learned the art of networking, she was able to get a job. She was really excited about it. Then Eyinade too, when he was able to, when he worked with us, everything about her approach to the workplace changed. He became more disciplined, he became more committed. And then even his employer is seeing him as the head now than before. Because you give people opportunity to insult you when you are not improving your values, right? Yes, let your vocation determine your location. It is very, very critical. So we have a lot of testimonies, but that will be, we have covered a lot today. Now is your turn. Do you have any questions about the problems we discussed, the solutions and strategies we shared, how CGC works, the investment and what you gain, anything else on your mind? Remember, No question is childish. No question is stupid. Let's address every of our concern now. So we are open to take questions, and I'm checking the comment section to see if there are any questions. Do you have any question? Let us know. Let us know if you have any questions now. Okay? Remember, we are building confident global champions, and the time is now. If you are finding it very difficult to know how to locate us, to make your payment, to do whatever, of course, we are going to drop a link at the description of this live session, and you are going to reach out. Even when you make your payment, also use that link as well, and send us the proof of payment with these details here. And we are going to start off the journey immediately. You don't have to figure this out alone on your own. You have someone to talk to today. All right? Yes, I'm seeing Isioma here. I'm seeing E-Lead Media. I'm seeing Tamara Duboye. I'm seeing Vershima Deoti. I'm seeing incredible here, incredible career professionals here. People who watch, but we are not able to put anything in the comments. Yes, yes, yes. I love the comments. I love the comments. I love the comments. Yes, work is an expression of your creativity. That's right. So let me know your questions. Let me know your questions. Have you gotten value so far? Let us know. Have you gotten value so far? Let us know. Okay, someone is asking a question. So we have a question here. All right. What kind of boundaries can you set in the workplace to avoid becoming a doormat? Incredible question. Okay, so like I said initially, right? The boundaries, the kind of boundaries you are going to create is determined by the vision you have seen. You can write that down. So you don't create boundaries out of emotions, you create boundaries out of vision. So when you don't have any vision for your life, it's difficult for you to create boundaries because you'll be creating boundaries that are going to hurt you in return. Now, let's say, for instance, I know I'm building confident global champions, right? So every other thing that does not align with what I'm working on is a distraction already. So I'm open to say no to those things. Why? Because it's not in alignment with what I'm building. So you can't ask me to come and help us start doing furniture. What business do I have with furnitures? So it's easier for me to say no because I have a clarity of where I'm going and what I'm building. So it's a better way to say no. You know, at some point in my workplace, I must have to share. At some point in my workplace, I started making one of the things I did was to hold on to my time because time is not money. Time is always greater than money, and it's your unlimited asset. Because when you are overworked, what will happen is that your employer, when they see that, they will start using your time. When they tell you that Saturdays are not work on your, it's even in your employment later, but later they will start using the Saturday because you allow them. So you can't rest your mental capacity because you're saying yes to everything, and before you know it, you're overwhelmed. So let work be in the workplace when you know you are done, and let excellence be your watchword. So if you are asked to deliver on a work, you deliver it excellently. When you're not available, communicate. Sir, this, I was not able to do this because of this. Because they already know that if you are going to do it, you will deliver excellently. And you will see, no matter how much you say no, they will always want you to do it. And they can wait because they know you can deliver it. So it's incredible that you start from a place of clarity when you want to create boundaries. So you don't make the mistake of creating boundaries out of the way you are feeling at the moment. Feelings are not reliable, structure is. Okay? Yes, absolutely. Any other questions? So we close for the day. Any other question? So we'll take your questions. We'll take your questions. We'll take your questions. But instead of expanding the time, I think we are going to wrap it up here. If you are watching from LinkedIn, I can't see LinkedIn people's messages here, but we are going to check that after this session. Just drop your message in the conversation room. We're going to address it. And for the link of how you are going to be part of the inner circle, whether you have made payment or you are making your decision, or you have more questions on how to be part of the inner space, because interest will not get you anywhere, commitment will. All right? So you want to commit to the next level of growth, this is the time. Okay, so thank you so much for joining the New Year Career Intensive. It's a massive success. I'm super excited. If you whatever your feedback is, drop them in the WhatsApp group. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, admin is going to reach out to you via the comments. Right, we are going to drop a link where you are able to join us in the inner room so that you are able to give us your feedback and your questions, and we are able to take it up from there. It's quite a pleasure and an honor to be part of your space. I appreciate your time. O'clock. As you to work tomorrow, you go with refined energy. Thank you for being part of transformation. You came here frustrated, overlooked, underpaid, and stuff. You are living with clarity, strategies, and a path forward. The question is, will you take it? Don't wait for the next batch at a higher price, a year of the same frustration. New life is starting now. It takes your audacity to pick up a pen and a paper to write or rewrite your script. So it's quite a pleasure and an honor to have you. And we are going to uh, have more conversation, and this relationship goes further. You are going to know more about our story, why you follow us through. Feel free to follow us on our media channels, Confidence Global Champions on LinkedIn, CGC, the CGC underscore official at Instagram, Confident Global Champions on Facebook, and you can use our email to be able to reach out if you have confidential things to discuss, and we are open to that. Don't forget that we love you, we celebrate you, and of course, we are building workplace confidence in such a way that you attain respect, recognition, and reward that you deserve as a creative being and the person that has been given the power to create wealth. Make sure you use those powers. And this is where you have to build those powers. I can't wait to see you in the inner room to start an incredible relationship that takes your career advancement to a whole new height. I love you and I celebrate you, and that will be the end of this session. See you in the next one.